we are live. And tonight, I'll be honest with you, we're going to do a little fuck around, find out. We're going to have a lot of fun, and all we're going to do is just test tools. So I might not read your comments. I might not be able to say howdy to you, but I appreciate you all being here. And I have absolutely no plan. I just want to test tools. This is my favorite thing to do, other than the stuff I do with my wife, but this is up there, Paul Dub. Wilderness Preacher, Cody Brown, Comment Z, saw you guys, appreciate y'all being here. And for all the rest of you, make sure you hit that thumbs up. I know the regulars do, because they are the men. And I am even going to break protocol, and I'm going to use this turd tonight, even though it's not Pride Month. I'm going to use it. We're going to abuse it. We're going to have some fun. I hope you can all be with me as we go through this, because I've heard a bunch of whining and crying from folks. Y'all can hear me right? Hi, Max B. So when I use, just so you guys know, when I'm using fasteners that are like this or like this, so from 5 inches to 12 inches, if you all ever read the box, it actually tells you to use a 1/2 inch variable speed drill, not an impact. And why not an impact? Because impacts actually hurt the fastener, hurt its ability. So even the manufacturers agree with me, use a drill. So, I don't know. Let's just test some stuff and have some fun. B-Dub, I saw you. Paul, John, my channel, use soap. Absolutely use soap, use wax, use oil if you need to. That's just me. And we are going to be testing at some point the 2-inch Diablo hole saw bit. I'll be using this guy. I think I've got the spider around here. I know I've got the spider around here somewhere. I'm just going to do a bunch of tests, no real plan. Let's just get into it. Now, I'm not going to be running these side by side. I'm just going to run them as is. So, hope you're all right with that. They don't make these packages for people with big hands. I'm just going to say that to you. It takes so long to put a bit in. So 5 inch, this is a flat lock screw. The great part about this screw, if you look right here, this area between where it bites in and then where the next segment of flutes, that's what these are called, begins, you'll see a little design right there. That's to bite in and hold so that these will not come loose today, or they shouldn't. So we're just going to start it out. Honestly, for a 12-volt drill, even though it's on speed 1, it does not have a fully charged 2 amp hour battery in it. That's pretty impressive. I did want to see something though, because I know it can't do it in speed 1 with a 2 amp hour battery. But I want to see if it can do the same thing with a 4 amp hour battery if it's in speed 2 and in drill mode. I stopped it. So yes, it will do it on speed 2 in drill mode. A little 12-volt drill, and that is what size is that? I know it's 5 inches. It's a little warm. I want to say it's a 3/8 because it is bigger than the timber lock, as you can see. Juan Valdez is here. Let's see. Just out of curiosity, how are we going to do with a timber lock screw and this drill? You can tell I'm kind of all over the place tonight because, like, I just thought about doing this when Cooch told me he couldn't do it live, and I was like, well, let's do it. Finger still held down. It did come down a bar, but that could have just been because I didn't charge it before. But it actually did better than the 18 volt ryobi. That's pretty impressive for a 12 volt tool. No trouble taking it out either. Dang, that's pretty good. Just for comparison's sake. Just for comparison's sake. And make sure you guys tell me that this isn't scientific and I'm supposed to be wearing a lab coat and some bullshit. I'd rather just use the tool. Wow. Wow, that'll tell you how powerful that 12 volt Milwaukee is. Finger is still on the trigger, and it was 2 in speed 2 and in drill mode. So that's pretty impressive for a 12 volt tool to outdrive an 18 volt, even though it is a subcompact. That's pretty impressive. Makes me wonder. I've got some trash hanging around here somewhere. It makes me wonder how the trash would do. I just have to remember where I put it. Because I wouldn't put the trash on the wall. Any of you guys seen my Makita subcompact drill? It's probably labeled piece of... Oh, well. I found it. It was sitting in my trash can. Actually, we're going to give the Makita oh, that's the 3 amp. Oh, where did it go? Sorry, I gotta find the 5 amp hour Makita battery. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? I mean, everything about this tool seems like crap. Where did it go? There you are. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to hold up. Fully charged. 5 amp hour battery. I'm going to try to get it into the same grain structure as the ridgid. Let's just start it. They keep telling me that these are so comfortable to hold. They're not. So even with a bigger battery, the Makita, I mean, that's about 1.5 inches, 2 inch difference right there. It cannot take it out in speed 2. I don't know that the ridgid will take it out in speed 2 either. By the way, Makita, my least liked brand. I don't enjoy using their stuff. So the ridgid cannot do it in speed 2 either. You know, it does beg the question though. How would the Milwaukee do? We're just going to handicap it a little bit. We're going to throw a 2 amp hour battery. It is fully charged on the Milwaukee compact drill. I let it go until it shut itself off. It's with a 2 amp hour battery, and it got it deeper than both the ridgid and the Makita. So, not too bad. Okay, this is just for fun. This is the compact ryobi. I'm going to go on that same line. I'm going to use the other timber lock, so that'll get somebody's conspiracy theorist mind going. This one's sharper. It didn't even get down as far as the Makita. The Makita's a lot older than this. The Makita is spec'd out to be lower than this, and yet not great. It's not a great tool. If you are looking to buy this for home use, fine. That's what it's for. That's about all it's for. I don't recommend it. Can't even do that in speed 2. Milwaukee versus ryobi. Ryobi for the dub. Okay. Now that we've tried those, let's try a real drill with it. I'm just going to grab one of my favorites. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites. And we're just going to run this sucker. I know, full size. Not compact. I don't have the compact flex. You can't even buy compact flex around me any longer. I don't know if they sold out or what, but that is what Lowe's is going to be carrying, is the compact line and not the full size line any longer. Speed dose. Drill mode engaged. Turbo. Not quite fully charged. 6 amp hour battery. There's a knot. You guys can't see it, but there's a knot. Well, you don't take my word for it, but there is a knot back there. We're going to run this sucker dead center through the knot. Probably why the manufacturer tells you to use a 1/2 inch variable speed drill for these big lags, these big timber locks, the big screws. They all say it. It's on the packaging. Use a drill. Why guys use the impact driver is beyond me. And we're going to show right now, live and in living color, the speed difference between between an impact driver and a drill. Not my favorite impact driver either. I think it's cool, but it ain't all that. Same battery. I'm going to go away from the knot on this one to give it the best chance it's got. Wait a minute. Maybe it needs a little bit more. I mean, I would never run it like this. This is ridiculous. Can we all agree that this looks stupid? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to run it just like this. That was fast. That was very fast. You guys can all hear me all right? I've got my microphone, but it's under my shirt, and I don't know if you dudes can hear me. I actually had some moron tell me that to run fasteners like this, you should use an impact wrench. Thank you, Big Red. I don't know where people get this shit from. Why in their lives they go, hey, this is the right thing. But they do. And kind of drives me nuts when they say that stuff. All I got to do is find a fastener that we could challenge it, and we'll look for that in a minute. Let's see. You know what? I got this little guy sitting right here. I want to test it too. I want to see how it does for some of this fun. And don't worry, fellas. We got their 8 amp hour extreme performance battery too. So we're going to test it like that. We're going to try the 5 first. What did I do with the 5/16? Just got to find it, screw it. This is why you always have a spare around whenever you use an impact driver. Rear hearing protection if you like your ears or your family. Now, if you don't like your family, don't. Okay, you guys see that wobble as this is going down. You can see it vibrate back and forth. That's because of the way this is structured. That's why you're not supposed to use these on bigger fasteners, because you're going to end up stripping the head on them a lot easier with this. That to me seemed kind of slow. And I know a lot of dudes are all into that Hercules line right now. I saw some idiot talking yesterday about Hercules being a professional grade brand and all that. With an 8 amp hour battery, this is ridiculous. You're not running huge batteries on your impact driver like this. Matter of fact, you're typically going to run a 3, a 4, maybe if you're working all day, a 5 amp hour battery. You're going to run at most one of these. Because the impact itself, it just defeats the purpose if you're putting a big ass battery on it. I mean, look at this. Here's an 8 amp hour battery on the rigid 4 mode. This is stupid. Don't do this. You guys enjoying this so far? Only 22 likes. I know you guys can do better. Hit the 3 dots, hit like. Let's go. Look at this. That felt slow. Felt slow. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Oh, I know. Everybody been waiting for this one. The DeWalt. The 845 Speed 3. Fully charged, 5 amp hour battery. This is probably the third best combination for this. The Compact 3 and the Power Stack 1.7. The best combination for this because it gives you that weight speed comparison. That was slow. I don't need a timer to tell me that this shit was slow. Not that it's a bad tool. We're pushing these beyond what you should be doing with them. But man, that was slow. Let me grab the Power Stack 5. Maybe that'll make it a little faster than the standard 5. I don't know if it's fully charged or not. It's down 1. That doesn't make a difference. But that's a little toasty right there. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but when I'm using this, you can actually hear it missing, like a lot. It's really missing. Now, I think this is a great impact driver for the small fasteners, exactly what they're designed for. But when it gets to this bigger stuff, it doesn't compete. We've seen Rigid outdo Milwaukee, Hercules. And if you don't believe me about Milwaukee, okay. I'll do you a favor. I won't even use the current Milwaukee. I'm going to use the old Milwaukee, the 2853. And by the way, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but you can see around the collet that some of the grease from inside has begun to leak out, meaning that the internal components on this are very warm. Again, pushing these beyond what they should be used for. But that's what we do because it's fun. Same size. These are very hot. I like keeping my finger prints on. So you saw the Milwaukee 845 DCF or DCD 845 DCF 845. This is the Gen 3 Milwaukee with all the collet issues. The 2853. We're going to have a 2 amp hour battery in it. Somebody get the timer's guide. Tell me if it was faster than the DeWalt. That seemed faster. That seemed a lot faster to me. Whoever is holding these messages, Juan, I know you're there. Make sure that they're appropriate. If they're an idiot, block them. We don't want idiots here tonight. We're just here to have fun. We're here to show off the tools and what they can do. And that's all we're trying to do. We're having fun tonight. Anybody that doesn't like it can kiss my ass and go the fuck away. Let me see. No. Anybody see where I put the trash? I got it right here. XDT13, not their newest. It's not the 40 volt. It just so happens that this has the exact same specs as the XDT16. That ain't a good sign. We're not even in yet. We just got it. We just have it in there, and it's already started to impact. All right. Oh, yeah. Fully charged. 5. We know it's not fully charged, but it's still showing a full charge. It's missing bad. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but it's missing. And now I think it broke the screw. Again, another reason why you don't use impact drivers for long fasteners. It weakens the structural integrity of the fastener when they're over about 4 inches is as high as you're going to go. But even at this, it was exceptionally slow. So I'll leave it at that. You know, I don't test this little guy out nearly enough. And I think it's a fantastic little drill. It's the 12 volt DeWalt, the 701, in case you guys are looking to buy one. I don't sell them, so I don't care if you buy one or not. Just the way I am. This is going to be running the exact same 5-inch flat lock screw that we started the night with. did have to drop it down into speed 1, but not bad for a 12-volt tool running only a 2 amp hour battery. I don't have a bigger 12-volt battery that I could throw on this. Moderator is doing a great job, folks. Thank you, Juan. We appreciate you, buddy. Even if nobody else does, we do. And I know everybody appreciates you, sir. Oh, hell. Y'all having fun? I'm having a good time. This bothers me. This bothers me. Gotta pull out the collet to get it in. Not a quick insert collet. Not a big deal, not a deal breaker by any stretch. But dang it, the rigid subcompact is a quick insert collet, so I know TTI can do it. That sucker's really nice. The other issue that this has is it heats up really fast, like really fast. And I don't know if it's because if you look in here, you can see that the fan is actually sitting where the bottom of it is inside of the casing. If they had moved it out here, and I know there's a bearing back there, but if they had moved it back here, you could get more air into the motor and you can keep this whole thing closed. Best brand for an electrician. Milwaukee M12 line, if you want to go 18 volt, it's really just personal preference. Any of them will do the job. I really like Bosch, but not a lot of people buy Bosch. Metabo is also another great brand. I think this thing's incredible. Milwaukee, of course, all of them are going to say Milwaukee because it's Milwaukee. You're not wrong. Hell, let's do it. This is an 8-inch Spax. See, it's even written there. 1/2 inch. We're going to run it using that drill. Using our $8 50-cent Temu special. What are the odds? AEG Rigid, the $5 super chat from someone. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Look, no holes over here. No pilots. I'm going to show you why I use this socket here in a second. Sorry, speed 2. Now we're at speed 1. Got me wondering if that battery's not fully charged. That tells you. If you have a lot of experience with these tools and you listen to them, they'll tell you if they're charged or not. Just by listening. So now that we have the 6 on there, we're going to put it back on speed 2. We're going to leave it in drill mode. I say we drive this sucker. Now my workstation is not clamped down. That's why you guys see me pushing down and taking these funny positions, because I'm actually bracing it with my foot. So it took 2 pulls. but it did sink it in speed 2, but it took out the turbo mode. I wonder. I just wonder. How's it going to do if we leave that turbo on and kick it in the butt? Two pulls again. This thing's a powerhouse. This is arguably the strongest drill on the market today. Now, I told you guys I use this socket for a reason. So when I was doing my testing, and I did the Milwaukee versus DeWalt, probably, because all the fangirls cry. When I was doing the DeWalt versus the Milwaukee, I used a 5/8 socket on one, and I used a 16 millimeter socket on the other. Anybody that's been in the trades knows that 16 millimeters and 5/8 are the same. It's just the way the sockets are made. Doesn't mean the internal circumference of the socket is actually 16 millimeters. It's 15.85. Coincidentally, you can buy sockets that have this description on it. Just saying. I think that's funny when I hear those comments or see those comments. Oh, you know what? I kind of want to try a different drill. You guys got a favorite drill that you want me to try? Name a brand. We'll give it a shot. $2 from Andranio. Sorry, I couldn't read it. Somebody said, hey, Jeremy, bro, can you do Ridgid versus Milwaukee impact driver? Sure. Sure. I just so happen to have a Ridgid. I just so happen to have a Milwaukee sitting right here. Let me grab a battery. Now, I'm not trying to be fair in this. This is just kind of an off-the-cuff thing. Somebody asked, I oblige. It's the way we do things here. If that hurts your little fanny, shit happens. Let's hope it holds this time. Tricks. Let me see here. I have a Milwaukee HO battery hanging around. Let me grab one. Huh. Oh, would you look at that? I absolutely had one. Ain't that the damnedest thing? This is a T40. This is also a T40, but this T40 just happens to have that little dimple there. May it help? Sure, why not? Is it unfair? Okay, sure, why not? Do I think it matters? No, because I'm not a bitch. If you guys can't tell, I really hate the folks that whine, bitch, complain, piss, and moan all the time. They drive me nuts. And I actually think their favorite meal is nuts. Yeah, I think the Ridgid will be sitting higher, but the 2853. Do I have the 2953? I do. The Ridgid 4 mode. speed 3. I don't know if it is a fully charged 3 amp hour octane battery. This impact driver does not get a boost from octane, although the 21700 cells in both of these batteries will help. Speed 3. Fully charged. 3 amp hour HO battery. We're just going to run it like this. Tell me if I rigged it. I'm just saying. If you guys were happy with this, you should buy this. Or buy this. These are huge upgrades. Ridgid must have gone into the softer part of the whip. Rigged. I see it all. I see you guys doing it. Let me run it. I'm just... This is where you hope and pray that the collet lets you do stuff. Now, the Gen 4 is fantastic. Yes, let's go, Brandon. I'm with you, man. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be apolitical here. Yeah, FJB. Anyway, we'll do it again. I'm left-handed, so the Milwaukee and the last one actually had the advantage. Milwaukee and this one's going to have the advantage too. Hey, look, even-ish. I think these are both awesome. I love how small the Milwaukee is. Don't know. Should that happen? No. But did it happen? Yeah. Did Milwaukee even get a head start on that one? Yeah. Here. Do it there. Oh, that's even. Switch hands. Like it right there. And anybody wondering, I am not right-handed. I'm left-handed. Makita is #1. Okay. Makita #1, huh? You guys pick which one goes against the Makita right now. Is it going to be the Milwaukee Gen 4 or the Ridgid 4 mode? Let's go. You guys pick. Let's go. DeWalt, Big Red, come on. Makita, I'm with you, Shaka. Milwaukee, Ridgid, screwdriver. Jesus is king. I see more Ridgid than I do Milwaukee, and I see some dudes saying it's rigged. So it'll be, and again, look, if you're Makita, say what you will. I don't really care. I'll even do. I'm gonna put the Ridgid in my left hand again. I'm gonna give Makita. It's actually slightly lower. And the Makita is going to have a bigger battery. And you can even hear this one struggle. That's a 5-inch. It's not that it's a bad tool. If you got it, use it, I guess. But considering that this costs more than this, costs more than this, where should you spend your money? Well, wherever you damn well please. It's your fucking money. I don't give a shit. That was pretty dominant, though. Well, hell, let's do it. Makita, Milwaukee. Because we're having fun. That's all this is meant for. If you're getting butt hurt from this, the ridgid fell down. If you're getting butt hurt from this, probably means that you put your tampon in the wrong hole. In case anybody's wondering, yeah, I actually talk like this in real life. Oh, I can tell you now who's going to win. $5. Makita and dewalt are quite weak. Let's go, Brandon. I'm with you there. Thank you for that $5 super sticker or whatever it's called. You ready? I actually had time to take my hand off of the Milwaukee, look to see where it was, put it back on, and drive it, and finish it before the Makita could just drive it. Dude is wearing earplugs. Yeah, dude. Do you know that these get up to 118 decibels? They're extremely loud. I'm in an enclosed area. That means when these are hitting hard, I can go deaf or start losing my hearing. Using these or being afraid to use these just means you're a bitch. Fuck, just use them. That's what they're there for. You can use these to protect yourselves. And if you read the instructions or just the fucking box, it tells you to wear hearing protection when you're using these. These are dangerously loud. They get as loud as a jet engine. So kiss my ass. I don't even know if we want to see, but you guys want to see Makita go up against something else? I'm having fun kind of showing it or exposing it. I mean, it is one of my favorite things. How about this guy? Flex versus Makita. I know I can't use the 2 amp hour battery or the 2.5. Hold on. I have a leaky 5 amp hour battery. It's leaking. I can't do shit about it. We're also going to be testing the CMT blade here in a little bit. I've got a challenge that I'm going to throw out to every Diablo D-Rider that talks about their demo blade. I'm going to show you something. It's going to change your mind, especially if you try it yourself. And yeah, I think calling them D-Riders. We're going to get 2 fresh ones. 2 fresh ones. Here, I'll let this rest for a second while I use the flexor. It's getting a little harder to find a place to put these. All right. Still says fully charged. Canada, eh? Kansas. How you doing, my man? This is your two favorite brands? Not fully charged 5 versus what's showing as a fully charged, although we've been using it so we know it's not fully charged. Makita, again, will be given an advantage as the head of this screw is lower than this one, not by a significant amount, and not that I think it's going to make a difference. Man, I honestly think that that went into a different hole, but it's still lost. Here, we'll move it over. We're constantly moving. Fresh. Again, heads down further. Oh, that's my fault. Here, hang on. My finger hit the button. Kind of definitive right there. I mean, I'm going to say this is the second best impact driver in the world. Second best. Guess which one's number 3? You're wrong. It's Ridgid. I know. Come on, Hercules. What do you got? Metabo HPT triple hammer. All right. Y'all having fun? Only 47 likes with 1,164 people in here. That's pretty sad. This impact driver does not get nearly enough love. I love Metabo. I think as far as feel goes, it's the best feeling impact driver on the market. They look pretty even. Well, except for one thing. Except for one thing. Where did I put the trash? It's not down there. There you are. Thank you. $1.99. Finally, Harbor Freight special here. I'll be honest with you. This is one of the best impact drivers in the world. I can't lie. I've tested it now multiple times. It's one of the best. Really is. Oh, somebody's going to wonder. Not fully charged, but that's an 8 amp hour battery on there versus a 5 amp hour battery, speed 3 on the Hercules. See, I just hit that button again. Come on. Guys think this is fooling. We'll run it again. We'll get it away from the clamp. Maybe that had some effect on it. That is not an automatic either, by the way. That was in its highest setting. Let's see. There we go. I don't know why. I just had to play with it for a second. Probably should have spit on it or called it. It definitely wasn't acting right. I want to give each one a fair chance. And 3 for 3. It kind of says. I'm glad the Metabo finally got. Did I miss another super sticker here? Sorry. $1.99. Number 1 with a heart. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you all. Now let's have a little fun where we're just not screwing in and out. I mean, screwing in and out is kind of my favorite thing, but only with my wife. It's time. Let me grab. It's time for my challenge for the Diablo D-Riders. Let me bring you down. Let me see. Yeah, we'll be fine. So when you're doing demo, one of the things you're going to run into are loose nails. Now, if you don't know, a loose nail will actually screw your blade up pretty quick. These are notorious for taking the teeth off. We're not done though. We're going to grab some screws. We're also going to put some screws in there. This one's for Joshua Wilson. He asked us the other day about maybe doing something like this because he wanted to see it run and how it would do with a screw. So I am very accommodating to folks. All I have to do is grab a Phillips number 2. And I'll just challenge another tool channel to do this live, like I'm going to do it. Because I think it'd be funny. And I'm just going to run it into an existing hole. This one I won't. I'll just run it. In case anybody wonders, I don't like using these like this. Ever wonder why they crank them like that? Just for this reason. We're going to put another one over here. Dang, that's magnet strong. Come on, you got to get started. keep this. There we go. We have it in there. Now, if you look, every single one of these is going to be within the blade length. What I'm going to do is I already did it over here once. That's for a future video. Maybe if I decide to release it. So the only logical thing would be to do it again on the other side. And if you look, not one of the blades has been damaged. So let's see if using loose nails like this, or like this one's really loose. Let's see if that is going to bother the blade. Now, we're using 3-inch screws. So if I come over here and I put it about an inch in. That was fun. That was a screw. That was a nail. Sorry, my workstation got kind of loose on me. But let's go to the tape. Notice anything? Not one tooth hurt. Tell me that's not the most impressive thing you have seen today. And for those of you wondering, did it cut through the nail? Well, there's that nail that was really loose. You can see it still has the paper on it. Yeah, it cut through. What about the screws? Did it cut through the screws that you got? Well, here's one. There's one of the screws. Let's see. Let's try to drive this one out. If we can. I don't know that we can, but let's give it a shot. Just have to find out. There it is. So you saw, I drove it out through a screw. So, yeah, I think that is the most impressive test you can do on a demo blade. Lift lower, better than your ryobi. Anyway, I just think that's the most impressive test that you could do on a demo blade. And you guys saw it live. I can still pull these out and show y'all. But it absolutely obliterated those. Let's see, what else we got? You know what? We've been doing this for an hour and 4 minutes. Hour and 4 minutes. Diligent Dave, how you doing? Budsville, wave your circular saw in the sky like you just don't care. I mean, this is a subcompact saw too, so it's not like we're using a full size. It's not like I'm using that rear handle flex. I think that thing is awesome. Paul Dub, man, thank you for hitting that like button. It is a beautiful saw. Needs Sharpie comparisons. Okay, let me see what I got. I know I've got a heart around here somewhere. Got the Milwaukee ink saw somewhere. They're not ones that I use typically. Well, hell. Sorry, I have to go looking for them. I can't find them right now. I apologize. Can't find them for you right now. Because I never use one and probably won't. Use what? Yeah, I think Milwaukee did really well. Cole, how you doing? Milwaukee did well. Ridgid did well. Makita didn't. DeWalt didn't. Anybody questioning whether I'm doing fair testing? This shit was live. You got to see it, start to finish. If you've been here that long, thank you, Cameron. I appreciate it. If you've been here that long, you got to see it. Thank you, James. I appreciate you, man. And what's up, Lovekins? How you doing, brother? The Walt vibrator. I think your mom loves it. What do you think of DeWalt? I think it's okay. Their impact drivers, I would avoid. No worries, Cooper. I would avoid their impact drivers. I love their drills. They've got the best oscillating tool. I love their sanders. There's so much of the DeWalt line that I absolutely love, and I think it's great. Russell, acknowledge me, number one. Thank you. I think it's great. But if you guys don't know, this old man, this fat old man that people keep telling me they're going to outwork my ass, I just did so many tests I can't even keep up. Thank you. Testing was more than fair. Come on, man. Thank you. Recommendation for electricians saw, oh, the flex. That I honestly think. No pre-drill. No, I never pre-drill anything. I never put a pilot hole in anything. Acknowledge me. Thank you. I never put a pilot hole in anything. I don't need to, because when you're getting paid like $3, the king was timed out by Shaka Gillis. Thanks, Shaka. I appreciate you doing that for me, my man. Thank you. But if you guys don't know, here's what we're going to say. Here's how we end the show. Best oscillating tool. Dude, I love the DeWalt. I really do, Red Graves. I love the DeWalt. Any questions for you guys before we get out of here? Electrician, Brent, electricians work more? Not like that, they don't. I've seen an electrician work. You need a calendar. I'll check out Flex in the future. Thanks, new user. No worries. Do you have a gate? Your favorite brand? Ridgid is my favorite brand. A little biased when it comes to Ridgid. Not really. Just the best value in the tool world today. That is where price, power, and performance meets. That's Ridgid. Recommend SoAlz. Whew. And a DeWalt one-hand recip saw is really great. I don't know about the Flex. I haven't used the Flex. Milwaukee, of course, is great. Bosch has a really nice one that no one ever talks about. You love the DeWalt impact wrenches. So do I, Robert. Ridgid Stealth Force. Man, you kidding me? I am the master of the Ridgid Stealth Force. I have it here. As a matter of fact, this is actually the only impact driver I use when I am not on camera. This is it. Quiet, powerful. I love it. That is my favorite. Harbor Freight Earthquake, very good. Harbor Freight brand is better than Ridgid in price and power. Sorry, it's not true, okay? It's not. I've shown it multiple times. Hell, just tonight, I showed the Ridgid outdoing the Hercules easily. And the Hercules hammer drill, there's no comparison. The Ridgid high torque dominates that Hercules. There's none. And as far as the rest of the Hercules tools, you can actually buy better name brand than anywhere else. You hate everything Harbor Freight has to offer. That's a lie. Thanks, Joshua, for lying. You can mean it all you want. Doesn't make you anything better than a liar. Bauer isn't gonna last. It's true. I have shown Bauer blowing up in under 5 minutes. It's true. Bishu, hello, sir. Joshua, I don't really give a rat's ass if you mean it or not. Just means you're a Harbor Freight bitch. Truth is the truth. When it comes to power, performance, and price, rigid. Every day, all day. Rugged, how you doing? Sarah, how you doing? I'm not hating on anything. I love some things from Harbor Freight. As a matter of fact, I've done videos on the tools that I love from Harbor Freight. So suck a nut. Quit being a bitch. That's my whole thing. How does Ridgid go up against Milwaukee? I just did that a minute ago, and it dominated the Gen 3. Absolutely dominated the Gen 3. The Gen 4, it didn't beat the Gen 4, but that Gen 4 is the best impact driver in the market. I was wrong once. Lovekins, acknowledge me. Anybody that doesn't know what this means, that means acknowledge me. $2, AG, best service warrant. That's true. You can't forget the Ridgid lifetime service agreement. 90 days to register, upload your receipt, you're covered for life. Is Milwaukee now being shadowed by Ridgid? No, I think Milwaukee is in a class all their own, to be honest with you, in a lot of things. Not in everything. Thank you, Shaka. Thank you, Juan. You guys are taking care of business tonight. Not in everything. I think they lag behind in several areas, but for the core tools, I don't really know that very many companies can compete with Milwaukee. Manuel. I just did the DeWalt 845 by itself and showed that it is a step below everything else. I think even Makita can kick its ass. Kansas, thank you. Dan B, acknowledge me. Warranty does no good if you have to be without the tool while it's being. James, that is true. However, they have increased it to doing just 2 weeks now for the repairs on the Ridgid. Don, I'm doing great. How you doing, man? Joking with you. It's all good, man. I appreciate you the joking. Panther just showed up. But we're going to get the hell out of here because Caleb Ross even showed that the Hercules hammer drill is kind of weak. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, I've done the torque testing on all the drills, so I kind of know. Animated Fox, how you doing? And I think Howie Z was taking care of some business for us tonight. I am doing well. So I appreciate every moderator that is here. You guys always do a bang up job for us. And we go live this Sunday, Big Red. Make sure we give Big Red Farmer a shout out here. Big Red guy, love Ridgid tools. Yeah. Thoughts on Hilti? Hilti is a brand that honestly dudes don't buy themselves. It's a corporate brand. It's for fleets. They're great, but if you, the individual, buy them, they're overpriced, they're underpowered, and they're underperforming. Kind of the same thing with Makita. Thank you. Yes, Sunday 7 we do this. We also go free Palestine, free Israel. Get that bullshit out of here. Animated Fox, you can always ask a question. I'm going to be here for another minute or two. My DeWalt is an 887. Loved it. I love the 887. I think it's great. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Animated Fox, what's your question? I answer that. Do you like great adventures? I am the biggest Ridgid friendly channel on all of social media. No one has shown more of Ridgid than I do. Hotmail. Do you have a girlfriend? Because I have a girl that I like. I'm married. So I have a wife. Rigid over flex, yeah. Not for power, not for speed, not for performance, for value. That is where rigid comes in. Now, that lifetime warranty with flex is killer. Salt Lake, what you doing? Is God real? Yes, Miami. God is very real. And God plays an integral part in your life every day. Oh, cobalt. I forgot to test cobalt. But for all you guys out there, I got a cobalt video coming out tomorrow. Yeah, that was a hell of a question, okay? Somebody make sure that on that Fox. What do you recommend? Sheet metal worker, best hammer drill. Ooh. Sheet metal. You don't really need, you want something that's got good power, but you're more into control. If that's the case, I'm just going to say it, the DeWalt DCD 999. It's got the best overall performance for me. I think that's the one I would go with. If you need anything bigger, which you're doing sheet metal, you don't, you know. Paul W., that's it. We're out. So for all you Makita guys out there, don't forget, blow them like you know them. And for the rest of us, make sure you manscape like you landscape. If you trim your bush, your deck will look big.